In global sourcing, communication decides success. Problems will happen, but how you communicate them makes the real difference. One common line, we will check and revert. It sounds polite, but it creates confusion, delay, and loss of trust. Hello, I am Rahul Agarwal. I work closely with global sourcing teams for forged and machined components. In this video, you will learn why vague replies damage trust and how a simple change in communication can save time, reduce the risk, and improve the relationships. As a sourcing manager, your environment is demanding. You manage production, timelines, audits, inventory, and customer expectations. You can handle problems if you know them very early, but you cannot handle silence. When a supplier says, we will check and revert, it creates a gap. Across time zones, this gap becomes very big. A reply sent late in one country can delay action by a full day in another country. There are common reasons for this. Teams may not have a clear ownership. They may fear giving incomplete information. Data may be spread across systems, or they may try to avoid sharing bad news directly. A simple example explains this. A buyer notices abnormal hardness in a forging. The supplier replies, we will check and revert. 2 days pass. The supplier is working on the issue, but the buyer sees no update. The buyer starts planning emergency actions. Costs rise and stress increases. The issue may be small, but the delay in communication makes it big. So, how can you replace vague replies with clear and trust-building communication? How can you give updates that help the buyer plan even if the problem is not fully solved? The answer is very simple. Focus on clarity and not perfection. Use a structured method called trust update. T stands for timestamp, acknowledge, respond quickly, confirm you have received the message. R stands for reality snapshot. Share what you know and what is still unclear. Be honest. O stands for ownership. Clearly mention who is responsible for solving the issue. S stands for steps and options. Explain what actions are being taken. Give possible options to the buyer. T stands for time to next update. Commit to a clear time for the next update even if there is no change. Also use simple tools like red, amber, green status to show risk clearly. Keep one shared document so everyone sees the same information. A real case shows the impact. A supplier faced hardness variation in a component. Instead of delaying, they shared early updates with clear status, actions, and timelines. The buyer adjusted production plans. Good parts were shipped. Problem parts were handled separately. There was no line stoppage. Do not wait for the full answer. Share what you know, who is working on it, and when you will give update next. Strong communication builds trust and reduces cost. Before your next email, ask yourself, am I giving clarity or am I creating a delay? That small change can transform your supply chain. See you in my next video.